Alright, once again we are in the second set of the game in the Chrono Clash now between Edwin and the Shadowpub. Let's double check. Yes. I don't know who the Shadowpub is. It's either a new player on the scene or maybe alternative account or someone else, but he's playing the Blue Allies. And we have the Red Empire player, Edwin. So we see some dojos are instantly moving for the left oil refinery. Some aggressive positioning for the airbase. Normally, most of the players position around here, so this will also give some repair drones for the prospector over here. But let's see, let our allies play cook. So the first indicator immediately on the flight to knowing that Empire will probably go for something, so maybe he will be, if he is lucky enough, he will be able to intercept some plays. That's very nice. One bomb has been split for the dojo core. And this burst drone has attached itself to this vindicator, which is nice. This vindicator going back for this dojo core, but there's a problem. There's one is also on the way out, and this oil derrick has been taken. Now that's something. Fending off the vindicators with burst drones. But I mean, in time you can easily get an Apollo, then Apollo will shred the burst drones. But our man is not still getting the Apollos. He says, I will handle them later. And bombing these dojo cores immediately. This Imperial Warrior, not close enough for the splash damage of the Vindicator for friendly fire. The barracks has been deployed by... Okay, he's tier 2.
I serve the Emperor.
He is tier 2, but he is one refinery. How are you going to supply this yourself? I mean, okay, that's something. This cryocopter is now attached with the burst drone. So, our man will definitely need an Apollo if he wants to do something. After all, if you get so annoyed over these burst drones on the Vindicator or Apollo perhaps, you can bomb your own Vindicators to get rid of it. But cryocopters cannot land. So, this will stay until he gets an Apollo. And I guess he wants to get Apollo. But this is getting a bit late. I mean, he is getting himself some nice set of Defender VXs also. Edvin, you didn't deploy this one. Or maybe he's concerned with the power, but here's a problem. You should also move the power plants near to this Defender VX. After all, he can ignore here, just say, okay, this is too risky, why should I bother here? Just take these two, and that will be easy. Okay, Mecha Bay is now getting deployed, but also some nice damage has been done. How did this Vindicator was downed? We get to see some not good execution by the Shadowpub. I mean, he is trying something, he's cooking something, but he's ill prepared. Edvin, right now having some sneaky collectors running for himself, 2 or even 3, and going for the 4th, which is risky. I would at this point hide this one over here or somewhere else. Okay, this VX is also being deployed. Tengu is out, and okay, 2 peacekeepers are attacking this oil derrick. Where are the Apollos? All you needed to have is one single Apollo, and that will be the game for yourself. But now your cryocopter is now exposed terribly, and Apollo... Okay, now Apollo is arrived, but this cryocopter... No, Edvin, come on. That was too close. Nevertheless, the second player has arrived. Okay, the cryocopter is down now. Apollo is now chasing this pesky Tengu, taking down Shadowpub's most valuable cryocopter. I think this is the game. Edvin should able to win this one because after all, allies try to do something, but the things didn't go as he planned for. Suffering a low power, but not for long. I mean, bombing these oil derricks, but they have been on for quite a long time. Burst drone attached on the prospector, which is both of the prospectors, so our guy can't even collect credits properly. Shadowpub moving the MCV for the button for expanding. I mean, oh, this will be terrible. It says, I guess it's not worth it, and I will not do it. And that's a lot of Tengus, enough to shred the remaining army of the Shadowpub. Vindicator's ill prepared for marching this army. Tengus cannot land down over here. I mean, he can't go into mecha mode. Doesn't really matter. The Pola is down. First round exploded itself before doing the last touch of the taking down this Prospector, and this refinery sold down. And not even a multi-gunner turret is not in the queue. So, I mean, there is a boot cap, which is nice, but you will need more than javelins to address this threat. But kudos to this guy, at least he is trying. Airfield has been sold. Now, how often do you see this on the Fire Island? Now we see some healthy numbers of the javelins are arriving. Is he getting an engineer? No, he's getting javelins. But these are... You definitely... Oh. Okay, refinery, which is nice. Uh-oh. I mean... That's a very positive way of thinking it. Like, how many Tengus do you think you can hit with the cryo shot? If that was Cryo Blast or Cryo Gaddon, that would be much better. Also, Edvin is fooling around. Alright, Prospector is now targeted, I guess. No. Javelins, point of rounds are on, and not even one Tengu. Not even one Tengu is down yet. It's all low HP, but again. And... Okay, Refinery has been sold off. Prospector is down, and Edvin is actually going for trolling, I guess. He built a super weapon. The first win goes for the Edvin on Fire Island, so congratulations for him. I mean, Shadowpub tried to cook something, but the things didn't go as planned, and Cryo Rush was something long ago, but it can be countered these days. Anyway, let's see the second game. Now, our perhaps the most favorite, we are on the Infinity Isle. And once again, we have Edvin on the right side with Red Empire and Blue Shadowpub, Blue Allies, cheering for him to see if he can get the Equalizer. Maybe he will go for a more stable build order this time instead of going for a very wacky cryocopter rush thing with 3 Vindicators, 0 Apollo against the Empire, which is quite impressive for me. I mean, you should always get an Apollo as well if you are going to for the cryocopter rush. So Edvin going for a very standard build order, 2 Dojo cores. Not really need to overcome it with the infantry. And our man, okay, right now he goes for Apollo first instead of a Vindicator. Intercepting the burst drone quickly. I guess he learned about something, that how Edvin utilizes the burst drones against his plays. This Dojo Core is on a patrol mode, but again, he didn't have barracks, so you really didn't need to have this. Some quick fingers here to see. Okay, Edvin has captured the oil derrick. This Dojo Core takes their fair share of the bombs. Okay, infantry is now being pumped over the 2 Dojo Cores, which is very nice for him. Barracks is out. I mean, as long as you bomb down this Dojo Core, that should be more than enough for you. Now, it only takes 2 hits by the Peacekeepers, but maybe not. Okay, very nice sniping, but these Peacekeepers remaining idle. They're fighting toe-to-toe against these Imperial Warriors. The numbers are rising for the Edvin, and now Shadowpub is foregoing the micro for the bombs, using all of the bombs for 1 Imperial Warrior. Do we get to see multi-gunner turret? No, we don't get to see a multi-gunner turret yet, but we get to see the MCV going for the crushing move. trying to buy himself the time off needed, but you shouldn't really sell that barracks. You really need the infantry. You really need something to defend yourself. You can't just force this army back. And these are a very healthy number of Imperial warriors. So you are considering to move all of your... I mean, that's not how you defend your base. So, Edvin, playing a little bit safe, going for the third refinery instead of Mecha Bay. I wonder if this is a strategy or anything, like... He's not going for the Mecha Bay for the 2 times. I think he feels confident enough to secure the game by going more refinery early. After all, Shadowpub... Okay, multi-gunner turret, I guess. Okay, barracks is here, multi-gunner turret. Almost, I guess, coming out. Dog has been sniped immediately. Second dog also... Okay, the bark has been down. Okay, so you can sell the boot camp. Okay, that's nice. Just garrison it. Garrison it. Oh, he's not garrisoning it. Okay, friendly fire almost took down this MCV. That was very risky. And right now, oh, look at this. And get yourself a barracks and an engineer very quickly, or things are going to be very bad for you. Anyway, Edvin right now going for his own Mecha Bay. After 3 refineries, after 2 defender cores, and defender VXs, he gets his own refinery. Oiler is now being bombed, but practically speaking, this... I mean, Apollo... I mean, there will be only one Apollo, but in time, Edwin can amass the numbers of tankers, so this can be addressed very quickly. He is already on 4 refineries, so what chance do you have got? Okay, the second engineer is also out for the oil direct of the Shadowpub. But... I mean, he is struck on the 2 refineries. Meanwhile, Edwin is now sitting on 4 refineries. He lost his own derrick. But I think the things are going very well for him.
Prospector on duty.
Yep, he's pumping out instantaneous VXs. I mean, come on. Didn't you see his air units?
VX, all systems green.
Maybe he did, but now Shadowpub is going for the second airfield, which is, I guess, a proper call. Maybe you can buy yourself some time off with some javelins and going for something else, but more airfield means more air units, so that will be a way to suppress the air superiority on this game. It's a bit casual. I mean, he's just bombing out, the buildings out. Okay, mainframe core. So, Edvin, I guess he will be trolling this game as well. But again, I mean, airfields is something to be reckoned with. If somehow... I mean, you know this guy is capable of... At least he is aware of the cryo stuff. I mean, cryo rush or using cryo. So, in case you lose the air superiority against allies player, you can lose the game immediately. He can just amass some cryocopters and then wreak havoc on your buildings. It doesn't really matter if you have 4 or even 10 refineries. You have to be very careful when you are going to do something like this, because after all, you don't really need to go for tier 3 at this stage of the game. Just go Mecha Tango and that will be all. You will soon have point defense drones, so... I mean, the amount of disrespect, he doesn't really care. Edvin just not even moving his collector away from the cryoblast. Okay, 3 VXs just positioned themselves here, acting as a mobile VX turret. I mean, that's nice to have some base defense over here. Some javelins are being pumped. A few peacekeepers, and actually you can roll in. I mean, there is a tsunami tank, but you can easily negate the tsunami tank with just one single cryocopter. Just use a shrink and that will be all you need to do. You don't even need to get in the range of the striker VXs. I mean, these... Okay, that's a nice call. Power plants are being taken down. One way or another, I mean, wasting Edvin's time with building something. On the meantime, our man is just building power plants on just SimCity fashion. I mean, multicolor IFs, I'm unsure to get them right now. Are we going to see some... I mean, 3 or 4 wave force artillery just moving slowly and surely and bomb everything? Maybe, yes, we do. Nano Swarm Core, I mean, why not Decimator? Walls are being sold off. And, I mean, he knew that your Apollos were there. But here's the thing, he doesn't really care. I mean, surely you can take down this reactor, but Edwin learned his own lesson and building one more extra. Or maybe not, I'm not sure, but anyway, he didn't go for the low power mode. And also army of the Edwin's tier 3. Okay, nice. Wave Force Artillery is... Okay, you have to move them in different way, or they will be sniped all of them by the Wave Force. Which has happened. Cry shot missing everything. I mean, there are lots of striker reactions here, but this cryocopter wastes time. Okay, right now the reactions are in a bad position. The Wave Force Artillery is also a bad position, but he's not chasing because there is Eureka over here. He knows that he can't do anything, but there's a cryocopter. Just instantaneously freeze it, bomb it, and maybe you will be able to take it down. Come on! Oh, that's too bad and very unfortunate. Okay, so I don't think Shadowpub has anything to stop this onslaught. It all takes just 2. Okay, 1 Wave Force Artillery has been taken, but... Okay, Yuriko has been sniped by the Peacekeepers. That's nice, but you have a Wave Force Artillery checking your base. What are you going to do? You don't have indicators, but you have javelins. And this will be more than enough to scare this Wave Force Artillery. A beautiful way of playing the Wave Force Artillery. House observation post has been taken. But happy hour is over. Right now we get to see Imperial Warriors that easily kill all of the javelins over here. I think this is the game. I mean, Shadowpub, kudos to him, he's trying his best, but there's nothing he can do. And this Wave Force Artillery will soon getting our veterans over, killing the Shadowpub's MCV. The MCV is down before going to the... Oh. That was insane. I mean, sniping the building with powerful, I mean, maximum power shot, getting veteran see. And that's the game. The production has been reset. There's only 1 airbase, but what are you going to do with it? I mean, he's trying, that's something, but he has point defense drones. He has 6 reactors. And Soldov has been done. The Shadowpub has been eliminated from the game. And Edvin settles the score and nails the coffin with 2 consecutive wins. And there's something when your opponent goes for multiple refineries and fixing himself on a very stable position. So GG for them. Let's see for the other games.